Welcome. It's good to see you all happy and jolly on this lovely sunny day. And it makes a nice change for things to go correct for us. Well, we're all waiting in anticipation to see whether this summer will last. I have my doubts. But let's enjoy it while we got it. Excuse me, but I've only woke up a few minutes ago. I fell asleep on the couch and I was woken up to be told it's time to do the video. Well, poor old Joan, or Dark Raven one, she's in the bedroom.
Stop making your tales up.
I wasn't, I was just saying you were in the bedroom. Opening her mouth and coming out with a load of trivia, as usual.
No, that's what you do.
Well, what I want to talk about really is the amount of books that are available that man kind of clings to as soon as he sees it and hears those infamous words, secret. Well, if it's a bloody secret, why is it wrote in a book? The secrets of this and the secret writings of that. And man automatically locks onto it and goes like a bat out of hell, especially if it's got some weird diagrams in it. I say, oh, I'll have the power when I've studied this. You poor demented man. No man can gain the essence of complete 100% knowledge through books. You can get splatterings, because in all writings, especially with the ancients, there is elements of truth in each part. And it is important that when reading you understand this. You'll find truth in some of the most unlikely places. But what is truth? Let's think about it for a minute. What is truth? The poor old Muslim says, well, I'm following Allah, I'm following the truth. My answer to him is, yes, you are. You'll get the Christian, I'm following Christ, this is the truth, the only way. Yes, he is following the truth. And the Buddhist and the Hindu, they all say the same thing. The agnostic, even amongst witches and psychics. But this is the wrong attitude. Each one in his own way has his own journey. Because you do not follow on that journey does not say that it is wrong. Because you do not follow on that journey means you cannot just dismiss it as false. He is seeking. As soon as a man starts walking, he starts seeking. He wants to know the reason why he's on this earth. He wants to know the reason, what's going to happen when he leaves this earth. These are the fundamental things. Have you noticed some of the old people? Well, I've noticed them in this country. They'll get the newspaper and they go straight to the obituary column to see who's died. Why don't they go to the live column and see who's alive? Why don't they? They're so wrapped up in morbidity of death, which incidentally does not exist. It's just a transference. But they're wrapped up in this morbid attitude. And it's so sad that they haven't even begun to live. I don't care whether you're 90 or 19. Live. Enjoy everything. Enjoy every experience. That is living. This earth has its moments of time out. Alright, it is a teaching module, but it's also a playground. And all things that you can handle, that you little toys and trinkets you play with, they're toys given to you by the earth. We've just got through the Mass, and in that Mass we remember the gifts of the earth. And this comes down even to the very things you play with, or the television. Everything, even your own body, revolts back to the earth. Nothing is allowed to be taken off this earth. You have the ascension idealists who think they will ascend in their physical body. No, they won't. I'm sorry to disappoint you and to burst your bubble. You will not ascend in your physical body. Your physical body is of earth. What is your physical body composed of? 70% water. Indigenous matter. And various other substances. That's all things of the earth. We take the 4 elements, the air that you breathe. It's the air element. When you eat, it produces heat. If you don't believe me, go and have a meal and you'll start perspiring. Why? Because it produces heat, the fire element. The matter that you eat is the earth element. Go for a walk afterwards and breathe the air element. All these 4 things are the 4 main things that propel life. They're the 4 things that give life. Some people are in dreaded fear continually. They're frightened of going outside, they're frightened of staying in, they're frightened of the future, they're frightened of the past, they're frightened of dogs. They're all fear elements, which is alien to them. When little Buffalo was a small child, he used to catch spiders and used to chase his mother around the room with the spiders. But when he begins to reason, the spiders he now liked then, he now fears. Interesting. As I explained, each person has their own journey. Even your own child has their own journey. You cannot make a child into a facsimile of yourself. When a child is following something, and we berate him for things, or I got a habit of doing this with the Buffalo, with his electronic games rubbish. I'd berate him for watching a game, doing games all the time. But there again, you should not berate him for doing this. You should not berate a child how it investigates of anything. You should encourage. For out of that encouragement will come greater understanding and greater wisdom. In the old days, they used to believe it, battering a child when he speaks out of turn or when he supposedly has done something wrong. The child becomes twisted in the end. I know I've seen this happen time and time again. Nowadays it's not necessary. It's never necessary to hit out at a child. Ever. You can take away his toys, you can take away his privileges of watching television, or nowadays the rubbish of playing computers. Just remove it. That's a lot better way. And many of you will remember the naughty step. Another thing I noticed that when I was a child there used to be kids skipping in the street. You should have had this big skipping rope and they'd be skipping with one in the middle, chanting away. And as you could go further across and you'll see hopscotch marks on the floor where children play hopscotch. Kids playing ball. None of this seems to happen anymore. Why? I will now tell you why, because parents insist on lavishing electronic gizmos onto their children. And they become a jelly brain. They have forgotten how to meet with other children. They've forgotten how to play games. It no longer exists in their minds. They become an electronic amoeba, if you like. Don't you think it's about time you adults started, especially young adults, started teaching your kids how to play? We have a little dog. We've got a big dog, as most of you know, but we've got a little one too. And he's so brought up to such a way, he doesn't know how to play. You throw a ball, it will just look at you. He has no idea how to play. This is the same as the children. Playing is an important part of living. It teaches and gives them social skills. If you do not do this, you won't have anyone's social skills. You just have someone that's got a twisted mind. This is the way the cabal wants us. Jelly-brained. Well, I for one won't go jelly-brained. And it's not necessary. If you only bring your children up to enjoy life. Then perhaps they won't go vandalizing cars. Then perhaps they won't go bullying other children. Then perhaps they won't go taking drugs for their kicks. With all the amenities that you have today, all the different clubs that you have, where children can meet with other children and enjoy life. Even that age-old society called the Scouts has its place.
14 minutes have passed on.
Any way they can come together. Okay, and do you know I haven't given a load of lip to her indoors.
Yes, you have.
Because it'll soon be her birthday and we've got some teasing to do yet. Oh, we're going to give her hell.
Won't do you any good.
Oh, she's a darling. And we're going to make this special this year. I have reminded I have done this a couple of times before. But you know, when you get to my age, your memory goes. Okay. From Dark Raven One, myself and Little Buffalo, thank you for listening to me. And it's good to be able to talk and talk freely. Namaste, Om Shanti.